Some of the smartest and hardest working leaders I know are one meeting away from a complete breakdown. On the outside, they're performing brilliantly, but on the inside, they're falling apart. No, this is not stress. This is exhaustion in disguise. What we are witnessing here is a quiet collapse, not of the business models, but of the people building those businesses. 66% of employees report experiencing burnout, which is an all time high. This is from a report from Forbes magazine. As per a report from FM magazine, 56% of leaders attribute burnout to organizational challenges, with 43% noting that it has led to half of their leadership team quitting. 40% of the stressed out leaders have considered leaving their roles to improve their well being. This isn't a red flag anymore. This is a system wide leadership failure at scale. What we are dealing with is no more burnout, it's an epidemic. It's survival now. So, what are some of the root causes why this is happening? See, you used to have work days. Now, what you have is a feed that never sleeps. You have replaced your quiet mornings with inboxes. You have replaced your dinner tables with Slack alerts. And you have replaced your recovery with caffeine. Let me take you through a typical Tuesday for a Fortune 500 CXO today. 6 a.m. emails with dark coffee. 8 a.m. you have a fire drill with your team. 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. you are in back-to-back meetings, back-to-back decisions, back-to-back escalations, back-to-back AI rollouts now. At 8 p.m. you are eating dinner with your family, but the phone is on the table. 9:30 you're still scrolling through your Slack. 11 p.m. you're trying to sleep, but your brain is still spinning, still turning. The line between hard work and slow suicide is getting blurrier by the day. If your calendar is full and your mind is fried, you, my friend, you are not winning. Let's look at the second root cause. Every leader nowadays is expected to master tools they did not invent, navigate technology they don't understand or trust, and make calls they rarely understand. For these, the leaders are not trained, the technology keeps changing every 3 weeks, and the entire employee base is scared. So now the leaders have two jobs to do. One, keep the business running. Second, hold the humans from falling apart. If this doesn't cost you clarity, then you, my friend, you are not even in the room. Let's look at the third root cause. Nobody checks in with the CEO. Nobody asks the founder, how are you feeling today? Do you need any help? See, at the top, you are respected, but rarely supported. And the higher you go, the harder it becomes for you to admit that you are drowning. So, what's the cost of all of this? Burnout does not show in your inbox. Burnout shows in the quality of your decisions. All those product failures, all those missed communications, all those confusions among your team members, all those rumors and whispers among your employees, all those half-heartedly created strategy decks that gets thrown at you. These are symptoms of your leadership bandwidth failure in plain sight. You are not tired of the hours. You are tired because each hour is a performance. Is there a solution? I believe so. So let's look at the solution. You do not need more productivity hacks, or at least that's what I believe. What you need is personal infrastructure. You don't need an app. You do not need another retreat. What you need is a method. That's why I want to share with you my 3R framework for overcoming burnout. This is something that is widely used by some of the highest performing CXOs and corporate leaders that I have coached. And this works because this does not only protect your energy, this protects your edge over others. So the first R in the 3R framework stands for reflect. Here is an atomic habit or a ritual, if you may, that you can practice to improve your personal or self reflection. Every morning, after you have your finish your morning coffee or morning tea, look into the mirror and loudly pronounce 3 words that describe your emotional health at that point of time. For example, tired, overwhelmed, hopeful. And after you mention the 3 words that describe your emotional state, ask yourself, what is that one thing you can do today to change or improve one of those words? This works because the moment you label your emotions, that emotion starts losing its control over you. Most leaders cannot lead others today because they've stopped checking in with themselves. The second R of this framework stands for recharge. For this, here is an atomic habit or a ritual that you can practice. Every week, keep 2 blocks of 2 hours each. So 2 plus 2, 4 hours every week. Keep 2 blocks of 2 hours each every week for something Cal Newport used to call deep fun. No productivity, no optimization, only aliveness. No partial or passive leisure, no Netflix. Something that returns the you in yourself. For example, spend a couple of hours building Lego blocks with your kid. Go for a run on a trail. Go for a nature walk without your phone. Or immerse yourself in gardening or baking or cook something for a couple of hours or build something, for example, pottery or carpentry, or rebuild that old bike or old car that you have sitting in the garage. And the rule for this ritual is protect this time as if your life depends on it. Never ever compromise on those 2 blocks of 2 hours every week, because the ROI, return on investment of that practice, is your energy, is your performance, is your productivity, is your decision quality, is your actions and your results. So never ever compromise on those 2 blocks of 2 hours each. It's important because if you do not take time to be human, you will burn out trying to beat a machine. The third R in this framework is about reconnect. And here's the atomic habit for that. Every Sunday, send one voice note with 3 sentences, 30-second voice note to 3 of your peers, or even better, your mentors. Something like, the one thing that challenged me this week was mention. And the second could be, the one thing that I'm excited about or hopeful about in the coming week is 2 to 3 sentences, 30-second voice notes, no Zoom calls, no calendar invites, just pure 30-second voice notes. What this habit does is builds something that most of the leaders lack, a personal board of allies. Understand, you do not need therapy. You just need some signals of solidarity. See, burnout does not come from too many hours. It comes from too little meaning, too little presence, too little nourishment of the system that powers your decisions, your choices, your actions, your results. So, clarity, energy, connections. They are the oxygen masks of modern leadership. And the 3R framework for overcoming burnout is how you put your oxygen mask first. So, once again, starting tomorrow, here are the three things. Do the 3-word emotional challenge tomorrow morning itself. Then block 2 hours, 2 blocks of 2 hours this week for deep fun. And then send your first voice note to 3 peers or mentors this Sunday. You do not need therapy. You need rhythm. You do not need any more hacks. You need rituals. And you do not need to burn out to finally learn how to burn right. Let's lead like that. That's all I had for you in this video. I'll see you in the next video whenever that happens. And till then, take care and be limitless.